freebrooklyn.org.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
Oh. Volume at the wrong time.
Whoa.
Hello?
Hello.
All right.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, Brooklyn. Welcome to
Hey.
welcome to No Suggestion.
There it is.
This is
Special edition.
Special
Party of
two-person
two.
edition. How many of these have I done? I've done maybe, it's probably been less than 10 two-person
Oh, yeah.
episodes. Ralph Jean Pierre here, your host, co-host Aston Hollins.
Hello.
Is here.
Good evening.
Just host and co-host tonight. We're hosting ourselves.
That's right.
Hold on one sec. You can keep talking.
Okay. So, what's going on out there in Radioland? Listeners, how's everyone doing? How is everyone feeling? How is everyone, like, emotionally? Are things okay? Like, is everyone doing okay? I'm opening a soda pop, as they say.
Very good.
Diet Dr. Pepper.
I don't know that I knew or didn't know that you're a soda person.
You know, now that I don't drink alcohol, there's a lot more soda. I think that's, a lesser evil. But yeah, I'm sure it's also like not great for you.
Well, you can't be perfect.
Yeah, but I do enjoy a carbonated Diet Dr. Pepper beverage.
I don't. I mean, I like Dr. Pepper, but I don't like soda really. It hurts.
Coke?
Almost any soda.
Any carbonated?
I do drink a lot of seltzer, actually.
Okay,
but
it doesn't hurt you the same?
No, it all hurts.
It all hurts.
I'm drinking it despite it hurting. I think people enjoy it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like spicy foods.
Sure. Me either really anymore.
There it is.
I used to have a taste for spice, but now I'm just a boring person.
What? Okay. This is something, I don't even know if we've ever talked about this on the podcast. I think when you and I reconnected, which was like maybe almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, maybe.
I know we had a chat it was like right after my breakup, I think. And we met up for coffee. I think we had a long chat and you told me all about your journey to sobriety. I don't know how much of that you want to share. I don't even know if I mean, it's up to you. We don't need to do a whole history of it right now, or we can. It's up to you. But, I feel like we only talked about it that one time and then it's never really come up again.
Oh, I mean, I guess I don't talk about it. I think I definitely feel this way, and maybe, other sober people also feel this way. It's like you don't want to like make a big deal about it, because you don't want to make anyone uncomfortable. And, you also like kind of don't want people to like, I don't know. I feel like it's pretty assumed that, if you're an adult, you're drinking. Unfortunately, that's the culture.
Yeah.
And I don't know. So I think it's just like I don't want to make a big deal about it. But this summer it's going to be 7 years.
Wow.
For me. And I think I'm really proud. I'm proud of that because I used to be a big drinker. And I was like raised in a huge drinking culture. In
your house or just around your house?
Both. In my house and also out of the house. And every adult, like friends of my parents, it's just like if there were adults, they were drinking a lot.
Okay.
And so I think I just, was like, oh, this is what people do, like I think very naively, so when I was really young, I was like, okay, I guess this is what adults do, but I don't know. I guess ultimately, it didn't get me anywhere that I wanted to be. And I feel a lot better without it. It can be really difficult. Like sometimes I have moments of, wishing I could here and there. Like, I don't know, because when you're sober, you're just like sitting in reality, all the time, for better or worse. And it can be really hard, actually. I can get like really frustrated if I'm around a lot of party people, like trying to talk to somebody and they're, not in touch with reality. Like I think I maybe like don't have patience for that anymore. So
but watch out, it's a party.
Pew, pew, pew.
It's a party.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Party. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, it's a rager.
Oh man, shave my head too.
Whoa.
Shave my head too.
Whoa, head shaving.
Whoa. Yeah. Catherine, you don't look like you're having enough fun.
I mean, I like a party, okay. I like a party fine. Are you sure you want me to shave your head?
Shave my head. I'm gonna attach lobsters. I'm gonna have a lobster pinch my earlobes and my nostrils.
Felix, I think that's really gonna be painful.
Catherine, you're not supporting me in my need to rage.
You might regret this later. You might not be thinking super clearly right now.
Fuck it. This office party is boring. I'm gonna flip the table over.
Whoa, Felix!
And take a bath on the underside.
I just, as the voice of reason here at this party, you don't want to do something that you might regret.
I was passed over for a promotion.
That's upsetting, and I know that's how a lot of people handle their upsets and disappointments. But I don't think this is like a really healthy choice, Felix.
I asked Terry out on a date.
How did it go?
She said no.
Well, that's okay. I mean, like...
No, let me correct myself. She said never.
She
whispered it to me.
Never?
She whispered it to me.
That's rough.
Shave my head. Woo! Oh. Are you worried about me?
I am. I'm so concerned. It's just like... This is a real party atmosphere here in this office, and
you've been drinking that same Heineken for the last
half
hour.
I'm not a big drinker, and no offense, Felix. I know you're the boss around here, but maybe I should go work somewhere else. It's like a more chill environment.
You were very overqualified for this job.
Thank you. That's the nicest thing anyone said to me in a long time. But
I can't pay you more. I can't give you a better position. Don't leave.
Oh, but...
Help me convince Terry to go out with me.
I think my biggest problem, honestly, Felix, is with the lobsters. They're just around in the office, like
let them roam.
They don't have rubber bands on their pincers. It's just dangerous. Like...
Your work environment has to be a party. You spend 8 hours a day here. You don't want it to be a party?
I mean, we got to get work done, like last quarter, maybe this is the wrong time to bring it up, but it wasn't very fruitful for all of us.
The company's in the black. We're doing great. The company's doing great, but my personal life is taking a nosedive and it's in shambles.
I just got, my toe just got pinched off by a lobster and I'm bleeding.
Is it fully off?
It's fully off. I think we should call an ambulance. I'm losing a lot of blood.
Are you going to sue me? I wouldn't blame you.
I might.
Okay, scene. Very good. Wow. I think that's the only time I've ever done a scene seated here in this show.
Sometimes I have to sit. But it's usually if like I'm...
Got to sit sometimes.
Sometimes. But I try, I really try not to because it's good to stand when we're here.
I've been doing the scene standard for 3 years. I don't know.
Take a load off.
I don't know if it's the better
seat.
choice. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not.
I feel like, if you're like... Maybe it's just some stupid idea I have about like if you're really going to like... be a performer, you have to be standing up,
Yeah,
to make the most out of your physicality. But sometimes, if you like ate something maybe you shouldn't have.
If you don't feel good, you gotta
sit. Rumble in the jungle. You gotta sit.
Yeah.
You know?
Don't be a hero.
Don't be a hero. No heroes here. Had no
heroes.
suggestion.
I had almost a thought, and
that's okay.
And
it'll come to you. Tell me, you were outside all day? Is that what I
No,
heard?
just for the last like 4 hours.
Okay, but that's still a long time. It got cold when the sun went down.
It got very cold. Yeah. Was it 4 hours? It was about 3 hours.
Like sitting outside?
Standing. I have a job.
At the club?
At a club, part-time job. I just had a music venue. I got a job at a music venue that is just like a menial part-time job that I dig because I don't know, it's kind of like cool to have like a regular like job again because my day job is I'm a professor. Mm-hmm. And so I kind of like a, you know, like sometimes I'm like, oh, I'd be a busboy at a bar or something. I don't know. I don't, it's something imbalanced to be about letting entirely go of one part of life. Maybe that's something I need to get over, but like the idea that you just do like a shit job.
Little something?
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Do you ever see any students like coming in?
I think twice.
Really?
Students have come in, yeah.
Did they say anything to you?
Yeah, I'm like, hey, what's up?
You're like, you're not 21.
Well, most of my students are 21.
Okay,
Actually,
never
not
mind.
All of them. But yeah, I think more like I'd be worried because I try to meet it head on because it's like, oh, well, this is my professor, but he like does this other job at a music venue. But like, there's a part of me that like wants to normalize it because it's like, it's a job. I'm there partly for money, but I'm there partly because I want to be around music.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I there's something about it that I like. I like the idea of having a job that you would seem to be overqualified for or, you know, beyond, you know what I mean? There's something about that I like. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's...
That's an interesting way of putting it.
Yeah.
Or maybe sometimes it's just nice to have a job where like you do the job and then you leave.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to like take it home with you.
Yes.
You don't have to make a lesson plan and your free time, you know, like...
And I get something out of it. One of the cool things is just like seeing young, hip people, how they show up to events. What are the clusters, you know, because I make music.
Yeah.
What are the clusters and combinations of people who show up for a certain kind of music?
Yeah.
Who drinks, who doesn't, how many people will show up for certain, you know what I mean? So I'm like getting all that information.
You're doing
too.
research.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
That is cool. Yeah.
And yeah, I really like that. I'm always like worried that I'll get too far away from young people and what they're interested in and what their habits are, what's going on with them. I guess it's carryover from karaoke. When I was at karaoke for so many years,
that's interesting.
I was always around a lot of young people, and I really don't understand young people that well.
Yeah,
even when I was young.
It's interesting, you know. I find as I move forward in time, young people seem very young.
Yes.
Now. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I feel like maybe it's kind of like right around now. I'm like, oh, I'm really like out of touch with a lot of things, you know, and am I okay with it or not? I think mostly I'm like, I'm okay with it. I mean, I do think all the generations have to work together and I have nothing against young people. I just like, you know, I'll overhear certain things. I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about or, you know, and it's like, I think I just accept it as a part of getting older, you know, is that maybe I'm not going to be so in touch with the youth, you know.
How many years apart are we?
We're about the same age.
We're like a year apart. I remember when we first met.
Six months ish.
My image of you, and I don't know if you ever did this, but my image of you is like you had a backward baseball cap on.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah,
And
we were
like,
talking about this a little bit the last time I was here on the podcast when I was saying I'm like forever a teen.
Yeah.
I think there's like a youthfulness.
Yeah.
But in terms of like the culture, like, you know, the youth, like what are the youth into?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
I really, it's kind of a little bit of my worst fear to not be.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
I'm
fine with it.
I guess being a rapper is a big part of it.
Yeah.
Because I'm still like, I have those dreams of like, like I'm part of, and just making music and being a songwriter. I don't want to be my instinct is to just go like, what are the greatest things that were ever made? And that's all old things, right? Seemingly.
Right.
But like, I feel like that's a trap because those old things were once new and young things.
That's true. But I also feel like if you stay true to yourself, your ideas, you know, usually there's something universal, you know, universally likable. So yeah, I don't, you know, for me, I'm just not going to worry about it.
I very much like and respect that.
Yeah.
I think worry is the best. Well, no, worry is not the best word because I enjoy it. I enjoy like like I look at like one thing I like to notice is like the fashion.
Sure. I mean, that's one of the great things about living in New York, you know, it's
seeing what changes and wondering why it's changed.
Yeah. Or like just, you know, people still make a big effort, I think, here in New York City to think about fashion, you know, and express themselves in that way. And I always love just looking at people of all ages, I think. I saw like some kid on the bus yesterday, like a middle school kid, you know, like you can just tell like that is a cool little kid.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I would wear that, but I probably wouldn't look as cool.
Hey Kevin, you want to sit next to me today?
Yeah.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, sure.
Whoa.
Sure.
You got that whole bottle of Coke is just for you? Your mom gave you a whole bottle of Coke?
She did, but only on Fridays. So, I mean, it's like a little celebratory thing that my mom does. You know, she's a cool mom.
Okay.
Cool mom, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to make my mom cool, but she's not cool.
Oh, well, Phil, you know, we got to let our moms be themselves. You know,
you're so wise for sixth grade.
That's really nice of you to say. But
look under my baseball cap. I slicked my hair all the way back like yours.
Whoa, it looks good on you,
thanks,
man. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah,
I didn't believe it a little bit when you said it was cool at the end.
Oh no, it's honestly, I'm supportive.
It's hard to know if you're telling the truth because you have this very like laid back, cool.
Thank you.
So it's hard to know if you're like
that's nice,
being sincere.
But I'm very earnest. It comes from an honest place.
You got a twinkle in your eye like George Clooney.
I'm just happy to be alive, man.
Wow.
You know, I'm just like spring is on its way, right? You know, if we're looking here out the cafeteria window, you know, it's like there are birds on the tree, and the tree's got those little blossoms.
What?
You know?
I never even noticed there were trees out there before.
What?
I'm held back. This is my second year in this grade, and I never noticed that.
Well, you've got the time to notice. You know, it's hey, I heard
Thanks for reminding me I had the time.
I heard a great piece of wisdom, and it's really been like just bouncing around in my brain since I heard it.
Please share.
Okay. When you change the way you see things.
Is there a breeze in here? Why is your hair flowing like that?
When you change the way you see things, the things you see change. Just chew on that for a minute.
Oh.
It's like it's in you.
I feel like
how you perceive, you know? And it's like if you change your mind, it changes what's around you, man.
I can't even finish this lasagna because I'm so blown away by what you said.
Yeah, I heard it on this podcast my mom listens to. You know, really, she's like the cool.
Hold on, is that caviar on your tray?
Yeah, it's you know, I don't even like it that much. Just my mom had this like fancy party, and you know,
I give you leftover caviar.
Yeah, I'm not that into it. It's texture's kind of weird. You want it? It's here.
Yeah, I want to try caviar. This may be the only chance I'll ever get.
I don't get it, honestly. I don't get what's like. Why has it got to be so expensive?
I fell in my pants.
Oh, well,
I'm in danger of getting held back against the
scene. I don't know, like what I was reaching for. Like
it was beautiful.
Like, oh, there's got to be a spare pair of pants.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, that would have been great. See if the janitor has a spare pair of pants. I'm trying to think about gosh, I really think so not. I don't think about middle school at all ever.
Oh yeah, it was. I mean, it's a hard time. I think for most of us.
I don't think I had a hard time.
Really?
No.
Fuck you, Ralph.
I mean, it was fine. You know what? But here's the thing.
Everyone else had a hard time.
I was having a great time through high school, middle school. I love school.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, I was girl crazy my whole life. I didn't have my first girlfriend until I was 23.
A late bloomer.
And that lasted for 2 weeks. And then I didn't have the next one until I was 30.
So
Why'd you laugh?
You were like appreciating from afar. You weren't trying to like get close to these ladies.
No, Aston, I was always trying.
You always trying.
I was always trying and didn't have any clue what I was doing. Really, I mean, I learned this about. I'm still not that much better at it now, but what I learned was that I was trying to cheat, and I think God was not letting it happen for me.
Oh,
I was trying to get close to women and date women without risking getting rejected.
Oh, you got to risk it all, you know? Like that's all. It's a huge risk.
I was trying to like be.
You weren't really putting it out on the line.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't even have anybody to tell me that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was just always trying to think my way around. You know, and in my mind, I didn't think about it that way. I didn't think even in terms of like bravery or cowardice. I was just like, oh, getting rejected is the worst.
That's true.
Thing.
It always feels bad.
So how can I be cool and get them to fall for me? But really, the only things that ever worked for me were when I just went out and just risked getting rejected, and then got rejected way more than it worked out. But when it worked out, it was.
I mean, sure, yeah. It's you gotta try. You know, you have to.
Nobody really tells you that in a way that is clear. So for me, like every other part of high school and middle school were great for me, but that part was always dead.
It's tricky. Like there, you know. A lot of the time, there's no rule book, and everybody's just kind of making it up. And you know,
I wish somebody would have had the insight to say to me, Ralph, this is. I had to come up with that on my own. Like nobody even was curious.
Yeah.
I wish somebody was noticing things like that. When you were in middle school and high school, and when did you start dating?
Definitely high school. I think. Yeah, I think I was a little too bold in high school. I think I maybe like looking back, I'm like, I shouldn't have done that. And I think I probably like there are some people I need to apologize to. I think I moved a little fast.
Mm-hmm.
I think I moved a little fast. I think I didn't know in a similar way, but kind of the opposite. You don't know what you're supposed to do. So I'm like, I'm just going to try shit and see what like feels right.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd probably up until really recently. And I think I had this attitude, like I need to like have experiences. And I guess like romantic, I don't know, perhaps sexual, like I wanted to have it experience, I guess, as a broad umbrella term, I think. So, so I was like, you know, definitely looking for romance as a teen. And I went to boarding school where at the time it was like, you could do some stuff that you probably couldn't do, you know, I mean, you weren't supposed to be doing that stuff, but
you're away from hovering.
Yeah, parents, right? Even though the school is your parents in many ways, but like, you know, people knew like where to go to, you know, make out or whatever. So, I was definitely like, I didn't know. I was like, I don't know if I like this person, so I probably should kiss them.
Wow.
You know, so, cause then I'll find out. It'll just be clear yes or no, you know? So it's like I kissed a lot of people that I actually didn't.
We did a scene about this.
That I didn't like at all.
We did a scene about this, and this is what, I forget if I cast you in this or this is what happened. But we did a scene about
I'm
this.
sure I maybe have said this on the air before.
I think that's the only time I remember when Katie and Dave were here. We did a scene about that. That's so funny.
Shout out to you, Katie and Dave.
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out.
So I was definitely like a little too hoe maybe in high school.
Little too hoe?
A little too hoe. A little too hoe. I'm not shaming myself, but you know, like
God bless you. I wanted to be hoe.
Yeah, but I think I like, you know, that's another thing too. I wonder if you feel this way about our generation. Like, nobody was teaching anybody about consent. That is a whole thing. Like, I didn't learn about probably until like after 30. You know, like what does that really mean? Like, so I feel like. You know, I think I moved a little fast with some people as a teen. I'm like, maybe that person wasn't ready for that, or maybe I wasn't ready for that. And like, I'm like, if I really think about it, like, you know.
I think you're right. I don't know whether or not it was happening. I don't think anybody ever looked at me and was like, we should have the talk with Ralph.
I think parents, though, now, like, especially anybody out there, teach your kids, you know, about consent.
I don't even know if parents know about consent.
You know, I think culturally now it's much more important, I think.
Yeah.
But, you know, I've just got the impression, this is a whole other deep dive and we don't have to go on it, but I just got the impression like it's shitty to be a woman and women have to put up with all kinds of shit. And that's just how it is. Like, that's about as far as it went. So I think I knew that, you know, like as a woman, like men are just gross and it's just something you have to deal with. But, you know, it wasn't really until later on that I'm like, oh, it's, you know, I don't know. I wish someone had taught me about that stuff. And I really hope parents, if you're listening, you know, teach your kids about consent and respect.
I love this. I feel like I think those conversations are like way. I have trouble sometimes in the world because I just think everything is a lot more complicated than we give it credit for, and like. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't have conversations about them. In fact, it means we should have more, even and with younger people. But like, I think everything is like complex.
Yeah, sure.
Like, like a way I'll put that is to like go somewhere else. Like, I've had white people in my life get angry for me about something being racist. And I'm like, well, I don't think it's racist.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. And they're like angry for me and on my behalf and want to defend me about something that I'm like, well, I'm okay though. And so like, I feel like there's probably that same kind of energy where like, I probably had a woman around me and tried to defend her and be like, this is shitty. And she's like, I'm all right.
Yeah.
You know? And so like, that's what I mean. I feel like those conversations are like, you got to start simple.
Yeah.
But I think they're case by case, they're person by person.
Yes. But also there's information that just everyone should have,
Yeah.
you know, like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like in a similar way, like I don't know, if you're a parent, you know, you're responsible for teaching your kids about the world, you know.
How do you do that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have kids and I'm not having them. So who am I really to talk?
I want to have kids.
You do.
I want to have kids. When I was with my ex, I forgot somehow.
Yeah.
Or like, there was a moment where I was like, do I want kids when I was with my ex?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think I was afraid of having that conversation. I think I was afraid of opening that box.
Oh, wow.
I think the potential to actually do it was because always my whole life, I wanted to be an artist and I wanted to be a dad.
Yeah. Oh, that's sweet.
And I think
you would be a good dad.
I appreciate that. I think I would like it. And I think because the potential of it was staring me in my face and was so real.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a lot of experience. Like, you know, my ex was like my third girlfriend, technically really my second, like of any real, like a real long term. And so it was the first time in my life that the real potential of like, oh, I could be a dad had ever shown up. So I didn't have much time to ever consider the reality of it.
Yeah.
And
would you do it by yourself or it's something you want to do like with a partner?
Oh, I would definitely do it with a partner.
Yeah, yeah.
Right now I'm just like basically making myself content with being a teacher.
Yeah.
That's like I don't know. That's where I'm getting off some of that. What's the word? Paternal.
Sure.
Energy, but like,
you like teaching?
I really like it.
Yeah.
I'm really suited for it. It's
yeah. I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if I'd be a good dad, but I do want to be one. I don't know. It's more than I want to be one. It's like more like I think I'm supposed to be one.
Yeah. I mean, that's a, strong intuition.
Yeah, it's a strong, But the idea of like teaching them about the world. The thing is, everyone thinks different things are important.
That's true. 100%. That's true. But I also like know peers of mine who have kids and like they just kind of include their kids in their lives in a way that's like, I can tell that this is teaching your kid about the world, like even if it's, like taking, for example, like taking your kid to like the recycling plant or whatever when you're like, taking the recycling there, or like, this is how you do taxes, kids, like just really big, like world things, I think that I didn't have any of that like practical, this is how the world works. And I think, I wish that I had. I mean, of course, in life, at a certain point, you become your own teacher, and you can seek the information that you want. And it's out there for you, which is cool about being alive today. But I don't know. I feel like those are the really good parents, are just, people who like, prepare your kid to go out into the world. You know?
I want to haggle about this car in front of my son.
Sure. Yeah.
I want you to come down 50% on the price.
I mean, well, this is the car.
Please don't embarrass me in front of my son.
And she's a beauty.
Come down 50%.
You know, so it's not like this is like a flea market. This is the Ferrari dealership.
I'm aware of where we are. I know what kind of caliber of car is
all right,
here.
well, I'm just saying.
But I'm a haggler. I'm a negotiator.
Sure, and I'm sure you're very good at it, but also it's my job to sell the car for, you know, the price that it says.
You'll get 50% right now. Well, I'll be on a payment plan.
Yeah, but also I have to, if I don't take in enough money, that
my son is
it'll
watching.
come out of my salary if I don't sell the car for what it's worth.
My son is watching. Please sell this to me for 50% of the price.
Listen, son.
Oh my God.
Ferraris cost what they cost. And I think your dad is really cool.
I've never seen him listen to anyone like this before.
But this car.
Oh yeah, say that part about me being cool again.
Your dad seems really cool, and I'm sure he's a fine haggler. It's just haggling's probably not going to work in my Ferrari dealership. Just saying.
I feel like you built yourself up to, son. Don't listen to this guy. Watch your old dad haggle. Come on, my son is watching.
I'm sorry, but the price is set and it's immovable.
What, immovable?
Immovable.
You were ready to haggle a second ago.
I wasn't. I was just trying to gently.
I'm going to write a price down on this slip of paper.
That's not how it works, sir.
Slip it over to you. And when you look at it, please, you tell me what you think.
This is a joke.
50%. Slide it over. Tell me what you think about that.
I think you should go to maybe like a used car lot, you know, where you might be able to use some of these techniques that you claim to really have mastered, you know. But son, if you want a Ferrari, you got to work for it, and this is how much they cost.
Son, come back, son.
He's gonna live with me now.
Dealership. At the dealership, you live here?
Yeah. I'll get him in a little suit and tie, and I'll teach him how to sell it for the sticker price.
I run a shaved ice stand.
I love shaved ice.
Oh, cool.
Do you want to you can come over here too, and you can set up outside.
In the front?
I think we can do a branding thing.
I just need help raising my son. See?
My grandfather, true story, loved to make a deal.
Really?
Yeah. He would go to the flea market and he would be like, watch and learn.
Wow.
But and I guess he could find his way to a bargain, you know, but
it's very funny.
Just the joy, you know, he was like, watch and learn.
That's really, I don't think I've ever, the idea of saying to anyone watch and learn with in earnest is so funny to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have the gumption.
You know, I don't think I do either. And I think I'm far too honest a personality to really be like, you know,
I got this.
Right. Or to be like, I think I'm too earnest, and I'm not a good wheeler and dealer.
Oh my word. Yeah. I also, this is maybe a flaw in my personality, but I want to say most of the food that I buy, because that's mostly what I buy, grocery shopping or in a restaurant, I never look at the price. I just buy it. Because I'm just this is the only thing I really like and I really want is food, and I want the food that I want. It doesn't really matter what the cost is. I'm pretty sure I can cover it. I'm just going to buy it. I don't, so, and the idea of like, cause I remember when I was a kid, my mom would like, she'd want like strawberries and she'd try to buy them at one place and be like, oh, they're way cheaper across town. And then across town, number one, it would surely be a way shittier market.
Yeah.
Where it's like, fruit's not going to be as good here. But she'd be like, no, these are the better ones.
She was hunting for the bargain.
Not only was she hunting, and it's just not just my mom, I've seen this with many people. Not only was she hunting, but she would do this thing where she would convince herself that the cheaper ones were the better ones.
Wow.
Which is so wild to me. And so I just always was like, I do not want to be that way.
Yeah,
I want to just, like, what do they say? I don't remember the thing, but it's like, buy it once. Buy the really good thing once. Pay the price the first time. Don't really. And I might have other qualities about me that are like miserly. I don't spend enough money on myself, on other things, you know. I want to, that's something I want to rectify, is take better care of myself in terms of clothes and furniture, maybe. Those are things I never spend on.
Taking care of yourself is important.
Are you good at it?
Yes and no. I'm definitely better than I was.
Yeah.
I guess it goes back to the not drinking. Now that
we did talk about this recently, but yeah.
Maybe not on the air though.
Yeah,
but now that I'm like in charge of my own behavior all the time, you know, I think I take better care of myself because I think I care about myself a little bit more. And I really do think it's true, you know, when you take care of yourself, you can better show up for other people. And I think that is true. That's
something that I'm really, that reality is hitting me hard. The idea that I can be someone in the community who can help others is not a way that I've ever thought about myself. And I have always seen a premium on taking care of other people. But I also, you're the youngest, right? In your family?
Yeah.
Youngest of two? Or
youngest of two.
I'm the oldest of three, and I always feel like I was taking care of people. And recently I had in the last year, my dad was like, you know, you're not making enough money to like give me any money, or like, blah, blah, you never. And
does he have that expectation?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I'm 40. I don't think that's a crazy expectation. But like, it's never occurred to me. You know, when I was a kid, I didn't really care about sneakers or.
Yeah.
I just wanted comic books and a sketchbook. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't. And we stopped giving each other Christmas gifts when we were still young. Cause it's like, I didn't really want anything. I just wanted comic books. I don't really want anything. So the idea that taking care of people is like monetary and like giving people gifts is like a new idea to me, kind of. I you know, cause I kind of live in a dream world where the only thing that ever has really mattered to me is like, can I show up to make art? And nothing else really matters to me. And the only way I've found to challenge that thought is to think, well, if I'm better taken care of, I can better take care of others. That's the only part of it that really makes sense to me. Because otherwise I don't really want anything. I don't really
but I mean,
need much.
A lot of, you know, showing up for other people is just really just showing up, like physically, you know, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting.
I still don't understand if I have a good or bad philosophy on this or outlook on it. I sometimes I feel like, I wish I could. I want to make an effort to be able to contribute more, like in very material ways for people. Like recently I'm thinking about eventually getting my own apartment, which I don't have one now, getting my own apartment. And like, I was like, oh, I should find a studio somewhere. And then I was like, I should get a 1-bedroom so that if somebody needs a place to crash, I have a place for them to crash. Because so many have done that for me. So many people have done that for me. So many. So like that's something I want to do, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't have that whole taking care of yourself thing.
It's tough. I mean, you can't do it all. Like you can never do all of it, because if one did everything that one is supposed to do, right, to look after themselves, like it would take the entire 24 hours, you know, like you can never do it all. You just kind of have to find out what's most important, you know.
I feel like that's another thing that nobody tells you.
Yeah.
Nobody tells you that you got to pick your battles and pick and choose, and there's no possible way you get to everything.
Yes. I feel like I'm just learning that. Like, maybe you feel this way too as an artist, especially like, oh, like, I don't know if I don't know if I can do all of these things that I want to do, you know, like I feel like I have to really pick more of a focus, you know, and some of those things I might just not get to do all the things that I hoped, you know. Seymour,
this is a 100-page plan that you've said you're going to accomplish here in the next 100 days.
Yep.
And it looks fantastic.
Thank you.
I'm really excited about it.
A lot of planning.
There's a lot. You got diagrams and schematics here.
I spent a lot of time on it.
I mean, you got a 4-man team, and I don't know how you're going to do it, but we're excited for it, and we've paid you in full. So
let's do it.
Let's get to it.
Yep.
You know, and we understand there's going to be construction going on.
Yep.
We understand also there's going to be some language learning.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of parts to this initiative.
It's a lot of moving parts, but you know, my team, we've been working together a long time.
You guys
we're very efficient.
You're moving together in sync and in sequence. It's very impressive.
Thank you. It's because we're highly specialized and highly organized.
Wow. I just knew the moment you walked in that you were somebody to have confidence in. Sorry, I'm having a Dr. Pepper. I had a little guess. But you're just somebody that I have a lot of, I don't know what it is about you, but something about you seems put together, seems ready to work.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So wonderful. Just doing a little check-in.
Yep.
And you guys get to work. I just want to say, though, that this project is supposed to be started and completed within 30 days.
Yeah.
It was 28 days ago.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've seen you in 28 days.
Yeah. Well, you know, these things, sometimes it takes a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer.
There's over 700 pages in here
of
plans.
And let me tell you.
I'm a little worried.
100 pages of those we've already accomplished. It's just the other 600 pages.
Already? Okay. So you've enacted a lot of these things and we didn't even know it. It's like under the undergirding.
Yes.
It's like maybe it's cultural things that are happening in the office that have changed.
Listen, you know, we're doing pretty well. But sometimes these things take a little more time and just a little bit more money, you know.
But we agreed on a price. We agreed on a final price.
Totally. We're doing our best.
You just said you might take a little bit more money. So
I
feel like I'm being led down a road.
I'm just being real with you. You know, it's hard to do it all. So it's idealistic.
I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't know what we hired you for. I don't know what it is we've hired you to do exactly.
Yeah, I'm really just the front of the. It's really those 5 other people.
But the front of the what? You trailed off there.
Yeah. The operation, the organization,
you're some sort of outfit or organization. That I understand and know for sure.
No, but we're gonna, deliver this on time and for the price that we all agreed on.
I feel, you know what? You've restored my confidence.
Yeah.
I just want to know, when you say we're going to deliver on this.
Yeah.
What is this?
Well, me just go conference with the team, and I'll get back to you.
All right.
Yeah.
You
have yourself a good day now.
All right. You're just rolling backwards out of here in that rolling chair.
It's a good chair.
$4.5 million.
I wish I had a chair like this at home.
You can't have that chair.
Aw. Well,
this hallway is long.
It's very long. You want to have a race? little chair race?
I'm thinking about it. It didn't seem right. Not because of the culture of the office. It becomes I shouldn't do it. I'm still perplexed as to what we paid you $4.5 million for.
Well, if I win.
Yes.
You give us a little bit more time. A little bit more money.
Okay, I can give you guys more time, but more money.
Can I keep the chair?
I'm gonna say this, Seymour. It feels like this is a pattern that's gonna continue. You're gonna bleed me of my entire company. That's what I can foresee.
Well,
you might accomplish it because I'm quite charmed by you, even now.
Thank you. Whee!
Oh, nice scene. Okay. Very good.
Couldn't tell you what was in that.
I don't know. I don't know either.
You.
I love the esoteric. That's my
Nobody
favorite.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Question for you.
Yes.
You're a fashionable person.
Am I?
I think, yeah.
All right. Sometimes I doubt it.
Yeah, but like you always have something cool going on. Just so you know.
I like that.
Okay, so I love the nature scene sweatshirt.
I bought this in Arkansas.
Love it. How many, if you had to approximate, how many wildlife, nature scene, sweatshirts, t-shirts
do I have?
Do you have in your collection?
I have one with raccoons. I have this one.
I feel like I've seen a wolf or two. Got to be a wolf. No wolves.
There's no wolf. I wanted to. There's a couple times that I had an opportunity to get a wolf and I never did. No, I think I maybe just give that off.
Yeah.
I gotta revamp a lot of my work. I gotta add a lot of stuff to it.
You just gotta wear what feels right.
I mean, I'm all about that. I'm always like looking at what is the culture doing, what is fashion doing, and what would be my version of that. I'm always trying to do that math, but I take a lot of time to like get myself up to date, and it's a way of not taking care of myself, and it's so important to me. I love fashion so much. And as an artist and as a rapper, I think it's important to like look like my art. And it's not that I do a terrible job of that, but I could do better. And
I think you're doing great.
I appreciate that. I really, Quincy Jones passed last year or early this year?
Yeah, recently.
And he was always a big inspiration to me.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he fought to always stay in the sauce, what's going on. He made Thriller when he was 50.
Yeah.
It's astonishing.
That's cool.
It's so crazy. So that's like my dream. That's like the thing I want to do is to not stay young, but stay
relevant.
Not even relevant. Relevance would maybe be a byproduct of it, but like
engaged
and not jaded.
Yeah.
Because I think there's always a like, I don't know what these kids are doing.
Right.
And just like, and I don't either. I don't know what the kids are doing.
Yeah.
But to not cultivate a curiosity about that is like, it's scary to me.
Yeah, I mean, you got to stay interested.
Interested. Hey, I'm interested in this.
Hey.
You're listening to Radio Free Brooklyn, independent listener supported radio. Thank you for listening. RFB, Radio Free Brooklyn, is a community-based nonprofit organization that exists primarily on donations from listeners. We're 501c3 charitable, so all donations are tax-deductible. Donations can be made at radiofreebrooklyn.org/donate.
Donate.
Which one do you want to read? Aston, you can read any of those last two.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Follow RFB. Make sure you follow Radio Free Brooklyn on our socials. We are at Radio Free BK on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
Don't embarrass me in front of my son.
To keep up with the latest on upcoming events and all things RFB Live, please check out radiofreebrooklyn.org/events. Pew, pew, pew.
This lasagna is cold. All right. We did it. We did it. All right. This was a two-person episode of
I really enjoyed it.
This is very nice.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you for doing it. This was nice. Maybe this will be a tradition, and I'm still gonna fight hard, but I won't fight so hard when we don't have a guest. I shouldn't have exposed that on the station, but we book a lot of guests.
Yeah, and people can be flaky sometimes, and sometimes
flaky
they
or
bail.
Life happens.
Whatever,
Who knows?
It's okay. But yeah, I've enjoyed this time together.
That's wonderful.
What are you working on these days? What are you up to? What's exciting to share?
I'm working on a bunch of stuff. I say I'm working on a lot of things, but a big thing I'm working on is I make making music with my friend BS. I'm an A&R for my friend BS.
Cool.
A&R is somebody who helps put together and finalize ideas for a music project and then helps release it.
Yeah.
And sort of tries to do quality control in terms of taste. So I've been doing that and helping him to release the stuff and making promo materials, and that's been cool. And I'm trying to start a new hip hop podcast that's different from No Suggestion.
Yeah, I would love to be a guest.
Really? Yeah. Awesome. Okay. That's good to know. I will send you something about that. And and I'm trying to experiment about using that podcast as a way to release music.
Cool.
Yeah,
that sounds great.
So I'm doing that, and then I have and I'm working on 3 albums at once, and I'm gonna soon purge and release all music.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm excited about
Where
that.
can we find your music, Ralph?
All the music I have out right now is at preciousgorgeous.com.
Hey.
Everything, everything, and then the new podcast will be on there. What about you, Aston? Tell us about and your open mic.
Yes, I am a host of the Old to Begin open mic.
Yes.
For writers and performers over age 35. Mm-hmm. It happens here in New York City, twice monthly on the first and third Tuesdays of the month. You can find us at Otto's Shrunken Head from 6 to 8 p.m. And you can pretty much bring in anything you want to work on in front of an audience of your peers. Find us on Instagram at old2, that's the number 2, begin open mic. You can find me on Instagram at AstonHollins. And just doing a bunch of art. Got a bunch of art on there.
Oh, you're doing you're doing the portraits too.
That's true. Yeah. You can check out my Etsy store, which is my name, astonhollins.etsy.com.
Paper cutouts and
digital. I've also been making stickers and prints and postcards and all kinds of cool shit.
I may commission you to make something for me.
I would love that.
That's really cool. I want to just shout out all artists and creative people in the city, particularly comedians, particularly improvisers and actors. We love you, and this show is made directly or indirectly to honor that community.
Yeah.
And that's about it. We love you. This has been No Suggestion.
Yes.
I'm Ralph.
I'm Aston Hollins. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night, Brooklyn.